We've heard it for decades, right? NATO is the backbone of Western security, the shield of democracy, the reason the world has stayed safe for the last 80 years. But here's the truth, that world is gone. NATO hasn't adapted, it hasn't kept up, and now whether Washington wants to admit it or not, a new alliance is rising in its place. It's not official, there's no charter, no glowing press conference, but it's real, it's already working, it's changing the global power map. It's called the E5. Hey, it's Frank with America's Geopolitics. If you're tired of the bullshit and ready for straight talk, subscribe to the channel. Because the E5, it isn't just some acronym. It's a signal that the U.S. is done waiting on Brussels, and the age of fragile global alliances, well, it's ending. Now let's break it down. The E5 isn't a treaty, it's a behavior pattern. It's the U.S., the U.K., Poland, Japan, and Australia. 5 nations that consistently align on defense, on trade, on strategy, even when the rest of the world won't. You saw it with Ukraine. Before NATO moved, these 5 were already sending weapons. Before the EU could even vote, they were flying gear into Kiev. While Germany hesitated, while France postured, the E5 acted. And it wasn't just Ukraine. Look at the Indo-Pacific. Japan and Australia have ramped up defense coordination with the US faster than any NATO ally. Bilateral pacts, intelligence sharing, joint drills in the South China Sea, no French approval required, no EU delay, just action. Now here's what matters. This isn't accidental, but it's structural. These 5 countries don't need to be told what the threat is. They feel it, they lived it, and they're not wasting time trying to bring along countries that just don't get it anymore. Germany, still clinging to soft democracy and cheap Russian gas. Turkey, playing both sides of every conflict. France, they're more interested in playing world philosopher than world protector, although they try to do both. That's not an alliance, that's a liability. So the US, especially under Trump, and now continuing into his second term, is shifting, not redrawing, realigning. This is how real-world alliances evolve, not with treaties, but with trust. Not with consensus votes, but with capability. And the E5, they're capable. Militarily, economically, politically, they don't just check boxes, they take action. Now, this doesn't mean NATO's dead tomorrow, but it does mean that NATO, as a functioning engine of Western power, is already in decline. And the E5, they're the ones doing the actual heavy lifting. The ones showing up when it matters. And this isn't just about war. This is the shape of the post-global world. Smaller, faster coalitions, strategic partners instead of bloated alliances. Agility over bureaucracy. If you're the US trying to manage global threats and keep the peace without getting bogged down, you want partners who move. And right now, the ones moving aren't NATO. They're the E5. And so what does that mean for the future? It means we stop pretending that all alliances guarantee peace. It means we recognize that a lean, focused alliance, even unofficial, can carry more weight than 30 signatures on a piece of paper. It also means the U.S. might stop throwing money at countries who won't defend themselves and start deepening ties with countries who actually will. Which brings us to the bigger point. This isn't just about strategy, but it's also about values. These 5 countries share more than defense goals. They share a worldview, one that says freedom isn't guaranteed, that strength matters, that you don't just wait for permission to do what's necessary. The global order we knew is dead. But something new is rising to take its place, as always. And if you want to see where American power is actually going, it's not NATO, it's the E5. Let me know what you think. Is NATO still relevant, or are we already seeing the next alliance take shape? And what do you think about BRICS? Drop a comment, hit like and subscribe, because America's Geopolitics is where we break it down before the media catches up. Hey, big shout out to W Energy for powering this episode. Clean energy, zero sugar, no crash, no bullshit. Use the link in the description and get your 10% off. This is Frank with America's Geopolitics. See you next time.